back a bit. I mean, last year there was a historic reform by the United Nations where the UN was looking at repositioning of the United Nations development system. And repositioning means bringing all the agencies together to work together in a very robust way to address development challenges. Within that context, UNDP was mandated as to play an integrator role. Now, what does it mean? What we did was to provide the catalytic resources of about $1 million to help with the consultations around this, to help with the framing and the thinking around this, and to bring the stakeholders, private sector, UN agencies together. So that's one of the things that we did. But the second thing we did, which is very crucial, is that we are supposed to help bring SDGs integration. In other words, one solution will not fit all. Agriculture impacts on environment, environment impacts on health. So how do we bring the agencies together to look at the interconnections among the SDGs? And that's part of the role we have played in this particular process. The second thing is looking at innovative approaches. In other words, we can't do business as usual. We need to think differently. And the RC from Kenya talked about going up to scale. And our work in this context is to also help really articulate the innovations, the transboundary nature. We need to look at financing differently. We need to look at the nexus between humanitarian development and peace. And this is part of the role that we have played. But importantly also, and I think I want to link to what UNICEF had said earlier on, we all have programs here in Karamoja. How do we interconnect? And part of the work we are doing is to also work together with the agency to say it cannot be a piecemeal approach. We need to connect our programs together. We need to connect our projects together. We need to go up to scale. So the role that we are playing is to also facilitate that interconnection and building on existing programs. And then finally, the last thing is to really help with the UN reforms. The reforms is about development. The reforms is about people, is about the planet. And the role of UNDP as a development agency of the United Nations is to bring the family together around key development issues. And we are very happy to have supported in a very strategic way this initiative on Karamoja.